also.
Is it a mobile by you Musa say resource yes or money share say.
My debt. We're funny, sir. We're funny, sir. Or yeah, what is needed us at this time?
Yes.
He's doing what is needed us at this time. On one who say born the to the Viana Nkoye. Into teen and commodity now say at this part of the season wins near much more important than any other thing. So I think or her Muse team never winning a lot of games, which is the most important thing. Then I'm more qualified to the Champions League now. No more who be on Mudi or Munabisi. Now Casemiro dear. Yeah, and to the Via Mitimishi Dean, a lot of questions. Yes, I'm man 1 year and then come one because then I heard Matheus Cunha could post on the IG. Say 1 more year for Casemiro. But realistically, you see,
Munya proceed almost farewell and I didn't so yeah. And a manager also say Cassidy closed.
You see, Manchester United would need to move on from emotions and sentiments when it comes to making decisions. That is the main reason Amekacha will say the decision to appoint MichaelCarrick as the manager of Manchester United. Take a decision. They should not be moved by emotions. Washe last 5 games, washe last 6 games, which is very good, massively improved from the last manager in terms of winning games. By now, Obobusa says, "Man, 2 years. What am I expecting?" These are legitimate questions you need to ask yourself when it comes to Obitise MichaelCarrick being the best manager and also be the best coach to fit into Manchester United future set ne sabetimi aka bibia ma nyomatimi akoye dia momo ba yaw the whole game na ye boni nyina na bibia Manchester United are achieving nyina no Bruno Fernandes. You see, sometimes ana me ya pa se Obitise Bruno Fernandes ebetimi abo Manchester United we na Premier League na say Champions League wantimi anjibi. It's just unfortunate. Because the quality and intelligence are the bubble, the output and the numbers are what the Manchester United no should set him on the same table with Premier League greats or Major trophies and they attach it, the numbers no more producing in the league. You look at his quality, you look at his decision making, and Ubusa will say, Ka Bruno enya a competitive team around him ka by now I was ankadia na ko timiache. And this is really sad because 19 Premier League assists. Aka how many games near real Premier League? You know, aka 4. 4. We have 2 assists. To break the record. No, set a record. No, we have 3 so we be kakra. Then others will come in. The reality is so obetimi aye. What is the end game? Yebe see Bruno. On any the player in a single season in the Premier League where Timmy the most assist or Jaden ya no be Timinga Carabao Cup and a FA Cup. It's just worrying. Wabua Manchester, but Manchester United they disappointed Bruno Fernandes baby. Said this season so mo going to the summer coupe players and also mo could take a decision. Nipa wa earn the right to demand and ask for good players around him should be Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, because also a captain.
Honest a captain. But also be to me, but on be and the right. You see, it is different to be influential in the dressing room and it's different to earn the right to demand for certain things. Yeah. I think for Bruno, we earn the right to demand at Manchester United say player A, player B, player C. Someone to me for my mommy and family league na major honum de ako. Without Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United can be a short circle battle for relegation. And I believe people are making arguments. Okay, now passes and assist way there. Let me cite an example for you. Shebebi will pick the angle to pick Harry Maguire. Not the corner, no. The first chance now, Kela a ball free post in bed 3 meters. I can't to Nankabona line. Shebebi will deny a picking. Peja bono. Now let's do a proper analysis of the second goal. And let us understand one thing.
Play a
on the counter attack. But you see, Bruno Yadiabi within a split second, you realize it said, I pass all the video na mame. It's young shots if you ahano yaw a 4v3, 2 on a chi, 2 on a nim. Automatically nankasa nebe 3v2. because he said 2 defenders in the general and on the beam no occupy. Now you in moving the ball at this level, the first option Bruno would have done. They said by Mbomo ha. I had first phase when we do penalty box no. Now he decides to carry. It's him. He carries the ball. I mean, dear man, he is so much intelligent in terms of this pass. No, my yow.
Na nkobeko for Mbemo.
A pass to Mbemo. Yow. Where we, but should the way in the body shape in the first. Now he twists like this to say the other ball name Mbemo no. And a defender neba baby Mbemo side. And the Mubi say, a Mubi no he decides to fake shot. So bet me abon ade de ahye. Then the other player no be a share school one. Esu back akra, leaving bare 4 to 5 meters between or no defender no any Benjamin Sesko, which gives Benjamin Sesko 2 options. 1, shoot direct to the space he has. 2, dribble. Now on for more no infantonet. And I think this is where the brilliance comes in. It's a hano ya so be shot. One say akwana say or block you. Share the body poster no.
And seriously, and
this is pure intelligence.
Yeah, no, me and I'm bombing some ofie. I was like,
this is pure intelligence.
And yet, you can't. Any player. The all bought PS5 global PS4.
We
because I felt in Bemo Hono. And another chance one more.
I have not even how Bonadiashe.
Anna, it drew on
the
left.
Bonadiashe.
For possible,
but not knowing, say Bruno na or defender not free.
Yeah,
baby, Sesko one to create space for Benjamin Sesko. I think it's brilliant.
So after Kevin De Bruyne and Anka Bruno to me, Sajumane ma Pepo City team.
Easy kura. So initially na Pepo pe Bruno Fernandes. Not Tottenham Hotspur so pay Bruno Fernandes. I know choose about Manchester United. For Bruno, I think say Pep would have even made him much more better than Yehununi. Because Bruno is a high risk taker. Anna you more pay high volume makers or more assist no more per numbers ni bebre. But the quality is few. But Bruno a high volume or somehow high quality when it comes to the chances creation. And yeah, the decision at this point to do this, brilliant. Then first goal no crab be or pija corner near the 2 ye. Said the bear back to the far post. Yow, this is your ultimate playmaker. She Harry Maguire no. Or Pijanitina. Pijanitina or Pijanitina no say Harry Maguire. Look at baby or pija born in the 2 ye. Yow. We can say now we the airful. Shre. And your fool. And your fool. Yow.
Because now me imagine assist and me him assist and cry here can see I say or June 19 no. What calculate the number of chances or the amount more must squander no.
Oh baby young kind crap.
Tisanka those players imagine some KB had say Bruno da MNSH. Yet me the example.
Yes.
Or Setima Messi or the man Neymar or the man Suarez are by now can the numbers not picture
and right
you the branya de no Ellen Haaland
Obenya other top players
so only Dennis Beckham Robert Pires
Rasmus Højlund and yow game we could bet me 2 assists. Another crucial one here okay the far post cross or the Amad Diallo or the far post he expected Amad Diallo to or the ball in better form relax and get in the shot. But I'll check the Amad Diallo koye na. Amad Diallo went straight for the header. And within a twinkle of an eye, call fast so picking the spot between the defenders. He's going to be a very important piece for Portugal at the World Cup. Very important piece. Very, very important piece. And from number at the right time. And I think the 19th day, Emerson next week, just Liverpool for no. Epekwan bi so mefa so megina no so aka se da bia ma ne mbobo no this one pekwa because say ana obo game is say for more assist not for goals. I don't know if you studied it. It's a game now obo is see no he's playing for more assist not for more goals. But the Akomeah near say Bruno Fernandes ebetimi awie in Manchester United career free on makoyaw na Bruno Fernandes entimi anyi league and UCL. I think he did his best for the club, but the club did not honor him to a certain level. Like G2 years also Mutimiano. But you see at the Champions League table, no, it will be. I just realized Chelsea had 10 points between Monet, Aston Villa, and yeah, just Aston Villa. Europa League no. And yes, I did Chelsea drop more. Drop more cry. Drop more. By 61 points for Manchester United and MichaelCarrick. I'll say it again. No need for emotional attachment assistance. You might be wrong. You might be really wrong. Yeah, tonight you were the Champions League in the ball. Now, Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain, very crucial encounter. Yeah, if it is form-based, you can clearly make a proper argument and term this as the final before the final due to Omumi and uniform. Because in Europe, I don't think any team comes closer to how these two teams are more level in Europe when it comes to goals or more share matches or more mashibi any of more performances overall in the UEFA Champions League. Someone might argue someone lose too, and then Luis Enrique said the same thing at the press conference. Said, "As now, how the about level no mummy no abona, and was through baby. Despite someone lose, and me I would agree. Say level no mummy no abo in the Champions League, you know, yeah, it was so." It's a final before the final. But historically, when you look at the Champions League, yeah, this shouldn't be a game I was a Bayern Munich. It's so baby. The entire make us historically, you can say a game of Bayern Munich soon will be bringing say, yeah. Last time Rebecca will say, no fixture has produced eventual winners of the Champions League than Real Madrid versus FC Bayern Munich. The likelihood, say, Obio betting me a free fixture in BAP, yaw. No Champions League title no a very likely so ne bit me agide ayede e de asini na so. Number 2, yaw so Real Madrid ni free Champions League ni mo se ho na to aso a Bayern Munich ni esimula mo na to aso ho in terms of the Champions League royalty and the number of trophies they've won. So there's no way historically you can look at Bayern Munich and say Champions League where I ever boy dear. I was a Paris Saint-Germain team fan fala no pe kwan bi so no fa so they qualify. The same by Munich Yakobo Air Champions League in the COVID time. Omo na kwese Paris Saint-Germain 1-0 in the final league trophy ni fi omo nsem. In 2020-2021 the following season in the quarterfinals of the Champions League Bayern Munich na say PSG ni free. 22-23 the same Bayern Munich ya na be PSG ni free in the round of 16. So meaning this is not a fixture Bayern Munich are scared at all.
Enrique Nama game na yehu because of the two coaches in the bench no. O check Vincent Kompany a fe na why Bayern Munich adwuma na dru level bi. But Luis Enrique no pa PSG. But they boy PSG which is the third one they say they placed enough crosses into the box. Mrs. all person share Bayern Munich yaw target the position between Jonathan Tah and Upamecano. It will check here. On betima Kobaka kofa go na Jana versus Shena na ye cross. And on move free the far end in between the two center backs. Then Jana versus any opportunity play ball and the ball near day at net. So Bayern Munich would need to be very careful just as PSG in this particular encounter. But yaw, these are two teams in the history of the Champions League in terms of attack and the number of goals no machine. This year a brand draining to so. Bayern Munich share whooping 38 goals in the Champions League a way. Yaw. 38 goals. Omo front four no be a Jamal Musiala. Let's not forget what happened in the Club World Cup between the two of them. And then Akofa Jamal Musiala prane de bae. But you look at Bayern Munich's structure and the way they play. Yeah, omo top players who can decide this game. You look at key battles in this particular fixture because definitely baby I do no it's about qualifying. Me baby I'm there. Maybe when say in the first place in the crown Bayern Munich will qualify, but Marco qualify with Germany. Because the Champions League history, the quality, and a lot of things align with them. Again, a PSG watching Bayern Munich, apart from Luis Enrique. Again, pan or watching Bayern Munich. What if you think see what the Kimmich beba? What the John Neves board Pavlovich beba? Yeah, what did they mention? I said no. So I go for Dembele bar, but bro Michael Olise. Online in your papa and China 9. I don't think any center forward in the game now in the whole of Europe is better than Harry Kane. Yeah, all behind you. And the goalkeeper saw move to charge him. We see the difference between the two of them, even the Club World Cup. Gianluigi Donnarumma. But then they, I did Bayern Munich so didn't want about Pani and say, "Oh, goalkeeper not so about the right time and no ya."
a crucial role or player in the first leg against Real Madrid. The second leg has its questions written all over him. But you can't deny the fact that such a goalkeeper has a massive influence in your quest to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
And will play massive role. It is the first key battle I'm having the goalkeeper's key battles. One better Mudiama Paris Saint-Germain. You need someone one way and better Mudiama Bayern Munich.
They are Stefanov better.
You see, Stefanov is very good when it comes to saves.
From France, Crano. Lucas Chevalier psychologically, mentally, and you're ready. From dressing room, so why isolated when the World Cup chances.
Yes, and it depends on what Paris said, because first one on mobile group stage, you know, Chevalier, just because say or person mobile free chileba to beat the press of Bayern Munich. But no far suffering of Nebedema, I don't think they can literally build from the back. Did you say most of the time Vitinha dropping very deep. Vitinha no credit out for Kakaba, hopefully bit Messi can be. Or better drop it very deep enough to pick up the first phase ball, so not their movie the Aba. Ababe Paris Saint-Germain to me, a break the lines, a push it forward in behind the defensive lines of Bayern Munich. By now, for Manuanoya, or behind him the Otimi. Otimi pass a ball nibi. Ya Otimi Chibi. On one credit to me, Virginia Chilem or mobile highline and Mane Beklebi as the last man. So a very important piece and one key battle I'll be looking out for is these two goalkeepers, what they have for us tonight. At this stage of the Champions League, you need to be at your best. Donnarumma SCV Paris Saint-Germain last season at this moment. Bebre, Omoni Arsenal. Look at the quality saves. So yeah. There was a ball from Arsenal's Odegaard to Trossard. Na Saba Kuse na Donnarumma tone ho de yi ball ne di e ka de.
That game, Arsenal almost ball first by 5 minutes to first 8 minutes. Arsenal anya 3 goals and Gaza no omonko.
And then you Donnarumma.
Yeah, the saves.
The saves. This season almost said with the semi-final of the Champions League, they will need a goalkeeper to step up, and they will have to trust somebody like Stefanov. Yo, another key battle: Konrad Laiman and Stanisic versus Kivica Kvaratskhelia. Any desire to do it? Yo, Obia fullback or Juma Yene. Bayern Munich is also the Olise ni Luis Diaz ni Nuno Mendes ni Hakimi. Obia wa Juma Yene. How do you pin the fullbacks down? How do you pin the wingers down? Very crucial for these sides. And Medica catches a Bayern Munich front four no munyina faako. They know how to move. Normally, I don't even see the fullbacks of Bayern Munich overlapping most of the time. Anna wingers na Jeduma na Nkasaye. How many times na Konrad Laiman overlap? How many times na Stanisic overlap? As compared to Paris Saint-Germain, Hakimi ni Nuno Mendes eta overlap. So for today, I think for Stanisic and Konrad Laiman, they'll be very much comfortable in terms of staying back, not trying to hit on quick counter breaks about Olise, any Hurricane, any Luis Diaz anymore. But for Paris Saint-Germain, could they afford to keep Hakimi and Nuno Mendes at the far end? Because Michael Olise and Luis Diaz need to see much here assemble tomo. Very key in terms of these two teams, how they are going to set up. And I'm very, very vigilant in terms of how our fullbacks and versus wingers, but another key aspect of it is in Obiara contest between the fullbacks and the wingers, the number 10 will play a massive role. Who will be the number 10? Who will perform the number 10 role at the Paris Saint-Germain? On paper, 4-3-3 for Paris Saint-Germain. On paper, 4-2-3-1 for Bayern Munich. It will be the number 10 no. Ebe Jamal Musiala. But minu mi enutie ni say omo number 10 role na nkasa Hurricane. You know you say Hurricane.
Yeah.
Hurricane.
About 9, but 10.
Or a Hurricane. So you look at Paris Saint-Germain and you ask questions. Say, Omo number 10. Why and also be play massive role? By how? I think for today, say both team to score. And Yamawa. Because I mean pick you obi slightly. So bet Marco pick a winner. I will not doubt Bayern Munich tonight.
Okay.
Due to a Champions League experience, Luis Enrique will do a lot today. But if there is a team that has an antidote to whatever Paris Saint-Germain team need very good by how almost so. What did they mention as no? Wouldn't bo, but your matches be on my wash ya so. Wash ya so no sunimbo. Onimbo to say one level now onimbo to say.
Okay.
A very exciting game. I think the Champions League is going to feed us quality football tonight at the end of the day.